So Dave is overseeing the transfer personally. Somebody SNAP food big time. They printed out stuff about decades worth of 9/11 Flight 93 checks and altered phone records to cover up the crimes. And Dave tells everyone working there, he hit the ceiling. He says you don't use company trucks, AT&T or Spectrum, formerly Time Warner Cable, to do that stuff. You rent a truck. In case you wondered why, there's a Ryder truck out there. So Larry is busy. The only reason he answered the phone is that some bitch Randall Stevenson probably has more work for him. And immediately he has to say, once he finds out it's not him, I have to get back to him. I'm very busy right now. And he goes back to that, and the caller on the other end of the line is making a nice video. The Mormon Muslim, AT&T call watch list, military pit bull project program. And yes, Larry's telling them, synchronizing, telling them just when to shut the phone off for that staged event. Now, 9/11 Flight 93 taking over a decade. Call all AT&T employees and they'll tell you what else Randall's doing. So a woman is in her house and it's burning, but she is experiencing Randall Stevenson's political, religious, and business censorship, so her phone is not allowed to work properly. And Randall, he knows someone at the police department. A lot of bad apples all over the place. He has gotten him that woman's screams about her kids in that burning building, and yes, he actually got the blood to soak his hands in. Every time you hear Lori's hatred backup noise anywhere, you call up all AT&T employees and you get them to break trying to call me. What else are you involved in? So Ruby, an elderly lady, has just had 3 church princesses from the Mormon cult push their way in, and as she says, oh, I don't know what to do. I've got so many priceless antiques and land holdings and such like that. Would you girls have any advice about that? And of course the church princesses share some verses from the cartoon Bible, the Mormon cult cartoon Bible, and they have that prayer, our Heavenly Father, please don't let us get caught a-raping or a-stealing or compromising the security of America. And Ruby hits that horn underneath that couch and they just about hit the ceiling. A detective is talking to Martha. He says, tell me exactly what happened. And she said the rapist prayed before and after, and during he sung a hymn. And the detective says, well, that certainly sounds like Mormons. Meanwhile, Jim J is calling up. They have to spend 3 long hours at that devil's temple, ugly as sin devil's temple. Calls up Mama Melanie, alibi, and she says, well, don't worry, we're all here. I'm going to find you an alibi, but let's pray for us first. Our Heavenly Father, please don't let any more Mormon cult members get caught of raping or stealing. In Jesus' name, we just respectfully pray. See vapor trail at dusk. Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets. The side of children, truth, and Jesus. The opposite side of AT&T. Not one 9/11 Flight 93 check of America's lifelines, and over a decade of asking that you calling that number and actually reaching me. No certified mail, no non-certified mail either. About the 93 checks or any of my imagery. Make that video, post that video, whatever you get when you don't get me. And yes, mail those GPS things. If it's got my address on it, it's going to be stolen by those with bloody hands from hijacking America's lifelines. So, yeah, use those GPS things. Phones, laptops, whatever has got one, and find out where America's stolen mail warehouses are. Be the reporter for the military Pitbull Project. For Jesus. The general has stopped by one of his stolen mail warehouses. And Ray, private on duty, is talking up a storm on a cell phone. That's a great part of the country. You know this city. You don't have any Grahams in your city, do you? And the general looks down and he sees the phone on the desk there, and he looks up at the phone in private's hand and he says, "Did you find that phone in these packages?" And Ray says, "Yes, sir." "Yeah, mail me a phone and find out where the stolen mail warehouses are." One of my days, National Organ Donor Day or Organ Recipient Day. You do know that depends upon your insurance. You got the good insurance, you got a lot of money to pay the hospital, yeah, you're the organ recipient. If you're poor, well, you just might be the organ donor. So it's something to think about when you check that box with the driver's license. They will be looking at that in the emergency room. Well, one of my scripts. Come see Melton, son of a carpenter Mary, and tell me what you think about my days and my imagery. And yes, girls, let me design some imagery for you. And seriously, think about that box before you check it. The police sketch artist and detective are working with Jane. And the detective says, "Tell us all you can about your attacker." And she says, must have been a businessman. He had a tie on. And he was wearing a ski mask and gloves, but he must have been an older man. Why do you say that? Well, he had this little pin on his shirt that said Mormon cult elder. All I know is my phone was not allowed to work as he was attacking. Yeah, that's the Mormon cult case in your neighborhood when the only ones home are your kids after school. Honk at them. Let them know you're watching them as their case in that neighborhood. So Randall Stevenson, CEO of AT&T, is in Russia talking to Putin, Vladimir Putin. And Vladimir says, is everything prepared for the invasion? And Randall smiles. He says, oh, sure it is. You just give me the word and I'll shut down America's phones and you can roll right in. I'm Melton, 1911 Flight 93, checking over a decade of asking. Get Randall Stevenson and the other AT&T executives on speakerphone. You try to call me, you tell them it doesn't matter how many phone records you alter, we're getting your threat to our security on video. Timestamp on the phone, number dialed. Be the reporter. 911 Flight 93 check. Trying to call me? Melton, you want to know why America's lifelines are being hijacked when you do? Oh, it's an image I'm working on. Oh, let me give you a little parable. I'm Melton, South Carpenter. As I work on this image, so I'm taking the photo in MacArthur Park and here in LA, and there's Pedro, empty bottle of tequila, and telling all his buddies about how he met traitor Oliver North in South America, and as he was heading towards his plane, he said, so are you gonna be El Vice Presidente? And Pedro said, no, I just want to go to LA. And North said, jump on board, I'll drop you off. See, that's how easily Spectrum turns off that noise, that lorry noise. Closed parking lot in there, harassing 6 different apartment complexes, because I've been asking you to check your lifeline for over a decade without getting one 911 Flight 93 check call. So, yeah, parking noisemakers outside of every AT&T employee. That includes Spectrum. They bought Spectrum to harass a man in a wheelchair. Parking noisemakers outside. On any of my 93 check imagery you put their numbers, their addresses, AT&T employees. The lower ones will tell you what the higher ones are doing. Besides, not letting your call to me get through, be hijacking your calls. Tell them as you got them on speakerphone, all those AT&T employees, you can alter phone records all you want. I'm trying to call Melton right now. Got the timestamp on my phone, I got the number dialed, I've got AT&T's phone gate. What else are you doing to compromise the security of America? Get them angry, get them on their bad day, they'll tell you what Randall Stevenson and the executives are doing. That's treasonous, that compromises our security as families and as a nation. I'm Melton. All of you attractive blonde and near blonde girls, college campuses, try to call me right now. 424-229-4140. Yeah, watch art get stolen, and it's also lifeline censorship, so make that video. Time on your phone, the date as well. My number dialed. Yes, you're making a video of phone gate. You can call it whatever phone gate you want. Hussein's phone gate, Trump's phone gate. But yeah, AT&T have been involved longer than both of those. So you can call it AT&T's phone gate. But make a video of it. That's America's lifelines being hijacked. Post. I'm Melton. Would you like some imagery for your ducks? Or perhaps your sleek wheelchair? Try to call me. 424-229-4140. See the devil stealing your call. Stealing art. Then come see me in person. Get that imagery. Look, there's a handsome bald guy in a sharp wheelchair in that shadow. And some nice skyline images. Look at that. Well, it's kind of hazy. But look at that handsome bald guy. And his sharp wheelchair. I'm Melton, and this is my chest imagery for the day. Oh, girls, I have to warn you, sometimes looking directly at the dome will cause you to melt. Yeah, that's not the version of it is, but Supermodel 1. Need you in my imagery, and this is what I made this morning. And this has been hazed over the reverse camera, so the Chinese losers have taken to just literally not what the camera is pointed at. Get me my disciples. So I can sell you some graphic arts and parable videos, and we can change the world. I built Jesus' immaculate house. The Chinese are screaming at you with high-tech toys to do that. Do that. Gotta love emergency, girls. Your arms are empty, and you need a handsome bald guy to fill them. Try to call me, 424-229-4140. See the devil stealing art, stealing love, and you're out with the devil. Come see me in person. Let's get those lonely arms filled. Let me define graphic art with your beauty. DAFFODILIA there is where you can find 28,000 plus examples of Melton's graphic art. You're going to have to see me in person to be in that imagery. Do that. Melton's imagery. What do you want your image to say? Think about it. And what do you want the image, the photo, to be? Yeah, your favorite flowers, your car, perhaps, your friends, where you live. Decide what you want. Try to call me, 424-229-4140. See the devil stealing your call. Then come see me in person. Would you like your legs in that imagery, girls? Come see me. Tell me what you want. Melton stigmata eyes, slowly but surely turning from brown to blue. As the son of a carpenter Mary, a daddy carpenter, worked on skyscrapers, Mom Mary Ann. I'm the son of a carpenter. I get to tell parables, and there's the eye. Oh, there's a bigger one right over here. Shows how browny the one over on that side. How my eyes pretty much looked most of my life, or at least up until 1996. And that brown circle in this one from about 2014 Yeah, it's gone now. Doing a little genetic carpentry, it takes a while, especially if you want to change your eyes after those first 9 months. Have something to say about my changing eyes? Comment, suggestion, how to speed up the process? Come see me in person. Because the devil steals your call. Make a video of that right now. 424-229-4140. And come see Melton. Mr. Humble. The man in the shadows with the light of the truth. And I can make you look cool with those sunglasses of yours, or against some clouds. Let me do that. Design you a nice contact image, or it can say whatever you want it to say. But you gotta come see the handsome bald guy, Melton, me, in person. Make that video of your stolen call to me. Then do just that. Get a bunch of your friends together and come see me. I'll design them all. Some imagery. Favorite flowers. Your friends. Your car. What do you want in your image? Let me know. And remember to make that video of AT&T. Hijacking your call to me. You got the time on the phone. You got the number dialed. You got AT&T's phone gate. So Tommy, the no-arm Chinese fella, told by his boss Blue to stick his right arm into a wood chipper. He did that, blindly obedient. And the left arm wisely jumped off, leaving Tommy with no arms but a promotion. He's bossing a whole lot of folks around on the streets, the unseen business. And today he's in a hospital. He's working. And he's going down the hallway and he hears this little kid just start screaming their head off. They're in a lot of painful treatment, rehabilitation kind of stuff. And Tommy thinks it's him because, you know, no arms. He's had that reaction before. But the nurse right there with him says, no, it's Randall Stevenson. He's patting himself on his company on the back for hijacking America's lifelines, giving away stuff, and the child remembers that face in the flames of Randall. That's the sound of AT&T backing out of the threat to America's security business. These are all I'm going to join. I'm thinking of doing just the first 65. And these are longer ones of AT&T's. Desperation, their hate. I called on America. See, 9/11 Flight 93 check for the past decade, and I haven't gotten one. No mail about those 9/11 Flight 93 checks. I haven't been getting either. That's the general's, the colonel's business. And yes, AT&T, call them up, put them on speakerphone, and you try to call me with them on speakerphone, tell them you can AT&T our phone records all you want. America has your threat to our security as a family, as individuals, as families, and as a nation. We can't have you compromising our security. This is your phone gate, Randall Stevenson. We've got it on video. Timestamp on your phone, number dial. Got your hatred on video too. Harassing a man in a wheelchair. One of my long-winded video scripts. Oh, by all means, make any of my scripts into nice videos. Y'all our phones make videos nowadays. And yes, the MELTON artwork makes for some good contact. And you can use it for just about anything, a blast drive label to a plain banner. But do that. And yeah, Ashley, I've got your contact, or you can bring me your favorite flower for your contact. I can turn it into a forever flower. You never have to water it again. But you got to see me in person, Ashley. Look for the handsome bald guy, often wearing a hat outside. But just look for the handsome bald guy on the sleek wheelchair, gold. Chair behind Stone Cold, the chair behind the son of a carpenter in Marriott. One's a parentage, my parentage, the other Stone Cold is a nickname. Ask us for some imagery and we will give you that imagery. It's Sunday and we're at an ugly SM temple. And there's a whole lot of folks driving past honking. Some have those loud noise makers on the backs of their trucks, and when they back up makes a noise, they're doing that. And Mama Melanie Alibi says to Father Fence when he walks in, that's just terrible. They're doing it outside our devil worship temple. And someone comes by with a loudspeaker on the car and says, we don't like you perverts casing our neighborhoods when the only ones home are our kids after school. Get out of our town. And Fence says, yeah, that's the cops outside. List. Well, not really the B list, the A2 list, because I've got a lot of harassment from AT&T. Hatred of truth in a wheelchair. Oh, it's temporary. I'm growing a new body. Check out those stigmata eyes when you can see them. And yes, get me my disciples. Why should he get me my disciples? I'm one man working alone, watching the Chinese. You can call them whatever you want. Go hog wild crazy. Altering title is in front of me to haven't spent half a day retitling. Give me my disciples to do the processing, and you know what one's the best. Put them up top. And yeah, we got a lot of work to do. Disciples no longer need to have beards. Long hair and dresses are still in style. A social humor. Just told by someone in the parking lot or someone in, there's a lot of windows there, in the apartment complex here, that it's not him. He's been in a private home for weeks. That's a quote. And I believe it's like a fedster or a military type requesting special treatment. Give it to him. 911-593, check and post and pie. Put the numbers of all kinds of fedsters and military generals, colonels, AT&T executives. Try to call me with them on speakerphone. 424-229-4140. Tell them you can AT&T phone records, you can play at all you want. America has your phone gate on video. So Tony's mad every night at him. Parks outside his house and throws a little of his hate, AT&T's hate, back at him. And Tony goes out and he cusses him out something fierce one night. And Adam says, friend, you think of it this way, AT&T is out of control. They're a monopoly. They're a danger to our security. And I know that's not, you're doing, but we got to put the pressure on all AT&T employees, get the truth out. So give me that truth. You look at it this way. Son of a carpenter Mary stuff. You're Saul, and AT&T's management is Judas. What you got's fixable. Here's Siren, Protect America. Make that video if you had that call to me. Not 1-911-93 checking over a decade of asking. Call up those generals, call up AT&T executives, put the numbers on the backs, hand them off. They don't know what a 911-93 check is after me asking with a whole lot of imagery over the years. They don't know what one is. Yeah, we need new folks in their boots and their suits. But yeah, this is a Mormon Muslim. I've seen that hatred within AT&T, left and right. And here at the apartment complex, cops will make the best folks to call on their days off. To protect America, uncover stuff, get them angry. You know from your job how to get folks talking. Document their anger. So the general has stopped by to check on one of the stolen mail warehouses, Traitor Colonel South's post office. And one of the men, the privates there, has a phone, and he's looking at something that looks kind of like that. He's pointing at the wall, and it's actually seeing through. And the general looks on that phone, and he sees Colonel South, Traitor Colonel South, running around the desk, chasing after Bambi, his secretary. And the general says, "Where'd you get that phone?" And the private said, "Oh, the FBI gave it to us because we're in this special project." And the general says, "You stupid son of a bitch. They're investigating the damn stolen mail." Harry walks into a public restroom, and Jim J. and Charlie M., two Mormon cult missionaries, are busy working on that appearance in the mirror. And Harry says, "Oh yeah, you gotta look good, don't you?" And Jim J says, "Heck fire yeah. They're darn sure not gonna let you into their homes to do any raping or stealing if you don't look good." You know, most of the Mormon cult pervert missionaries, they only case those neighborhoods when the only ones home are your kids after school. So wallpaper your neighborhood, and yes, be a part, with Mormons beware, and be a part of the Mormon Muslim watch call list. Find out what else they're up to. The Military Pitbull Project has identified every member of the Saudi Arabian top hatred family with the terrorists, everyone in America related to that Muslim hatred that is Saudi Arabia, as the Mormons and the Muslims in the apartment down below. Show me that hatred. All good cops, get a hold of that list, and you call those son of a bitches up. You get them angry. Call them up in Saudi damn Arabia. Get them raging. And find out what hatred they've got planned next. 9/11 Flight 93 check-in post in 5. Make that video of every dirty piece of laundry in America that needs to have a spotlight on it. Hear that siren? Let it remind you to be a part of the Military Pitbull Projects. Mormon, Muslim, watch call lists. They disturb me 24/7. You disturb them 24/7. Protect America. Find out what they have planned next. Post. Jim J, Charlie M, and Ollie and 3 Mormon missionaries pray before they go out to case neighborhoods where only, yes, the children are home after school, Our Heavenly Father, please don't let any of us get caught, any missionaries get caught of the Mormon cult, a stealing or a raping, or casing those neighborhoods by an angry parent who doesn't like that. And yeah, they go out, and these two senior citizens, retired, look out for it. One has an electric car, the other one, distracts the Mormons. The other one comes up behind them in the car, and the loudest one you've ever seen, jump out of their skin. Know some folks are watching that. Be the devil in their city. So Randall Stevenson has all of his executives. He's the CEO of AT&T. All of the executives, and he's got big boardroom there. On one side is North America, the other side is South America, and he explains to the executives as he points out all those countries in red. In South America, he says, that is where I am El Presidente of already. Of course, we got some figureheads in there. Then he walks over, as El Presidente. Then he walks over to the other side and he says, here's America. These are the states I control. When we get more than half of them, we're going to go for the whole thing. Of course, this is said about, 10 years ago. Make that video if you had that call to me, 424-229-4140. 9/11, Flight 93, checking post in 5. Make a video. Whatever you get when you don't get me. Post. You got the time and the date in your video. You got whatever boring thing you get when you try to call me. I'm Melton. Get that on video. Post. Make a video of our hijacked lifelines. Be the reporter. Hear AT&T's harassment noise. The commercial for censorship. Make a video of your hijack call to me, Melton, 424-229-4140. And yeah, put AT&T's executives on speakerphone and tell them we got your phone gate on video. Doesn't matter how many phone records you alter. Now Fawn is talking to Alice, and she says, I don't know what I'm going to do with Allie. She's always late for work. She doesn't do her work. And on top of it all, she's not very attractive. And that's when Trump says, you've got to fire her for the good of your company. You've got to fire her. And one asks the other, is that on your side? She said, no. No, it's Trump. AT&T lets him listen in. Reggie is glad he quit working for the post office. All those folks bitching about the mail, the dog, the rain, the weather. He's glad he quit that post office. Now he works for AT&T. And all he has to do is do Randall Stevenson's dirty little jobs that are off the books. He gets home, just like both of those, two of them, will be getting home to their home, and he does some drugs, and there's that damn guy with the noise outside again, and calling up 24/7 to ask him what his part is in America's hijacked lifelines. Reggie just might tell you. Keep it up. Latest Forever Flower imagery, and yeah, I'm in a hurry because of a lot of hatred from AT&T that bought Spectrum to harass a man in a wheelchair next door, as well as his Mormon cult. Son of a cork America, got to tell the truth about stuff, and that's what it is. Mormon cult with their Saudi Arabian. I can't think of any other reason folks wouldn't be doing their job in Los Angeles. Would be shrieking perhaps at man in a wheelchair asking them to do their job, asking for help. Over-the-top harassment. So call up AT&T, call up everybody on those fives, and 911 Flight 93, check and post N5. Come see me in person. Have Whitwell Travel, show them the perfect place to design flower imagery, and yes, see a vapor trail. Be inside of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, children, the truth. Make that video of your high-tech call to me.
Randall Stevenson, the CEO of AT&T, has called Susan into his office. And he said, "Susan, why are you hiding stuff from us?" And Susan says, "I don't know what you mean." And Randall turns that computer monitor on his desk towards her and shows her, "You've had this phone for 2 weeks. Got a new cell phone. Why haven't you told us about it?" "I'm disappointed in you, Susan. If something terrible should happen, we need to know about all your phones." Yeah, he likes to keep tabs on his employees. That's good, because he is seeing a whole lot of folks 911 Flight 93 checking and posting with all AT&T employees. You can alter your phone records all you want, Randall. We've got your phone gate on video. Time on the phone, number dialed. Call Randall up today, put him on speaker, and try to call me Melton. Not 911 Flight 93 taking over a decade of asking. Don't forget to post.
PC, politically correct folks out there, paying Michael Moore's salary. Ask him why he's requesting, very personally with me, why he's requesting this image. Oh, that's from a while back. That's Charlie's request. This is Michael Moore. Ask him, why are you being a terrorist with a man in a wheelchair? All cops of the LAPD. Hand out his number. You ask him, why are you harassing a man in a wheelchair? Why are you in bed with Muslim Saudi Arabian terrorists? In and out of the apartment down below with the Mormon cult folks, coordinated with AT&T's hatred next door. Why are you doing that, Michael? Call him up 24 hours a day. Cell phone, he changes it, get a new one. We want to know why you're doing the exact opposite of what you swore to do last year. Semper Fi, aim high, fly, fly, win. This we will defend. Call up LAPD's chief and ask him why you are not protecting handicapped folks. Why are you being a terrorist to them in your city? Defend America from corruption. That is Michael Moore, LAPD. Adam and Ray, C3, a Mormon pervert cult, missionaries, a case in their neighborhood. Well, most of the neighbors are gone. The only ones there are the hard-working folks' kids after school. So they honk for Jesus. They honk at that traitor Mormon cult with their dangerous Saudi Arabian Muslim brothers on American soil. They tell them, we don't like you here in our city in America. We're keeping an eye on you as you case these neighborhoods. Yeah, I take toys from down below the Mormon cult. Just turn this computer off, and it's taunting, also taunted with noise, letting me know it is the Mormon cult down below. Make that video, pass out those Mormon beware images. Mormon, Muslim, AT&T call list one as well. All crooked cops, California, all crooked generals. Find out which of them are treasonous with a simple question. Do you know about John Melton Brady Melton asking for a 93 check? Check and post in 5. For over a decade without getting one, no certified mail about those 93 checks in that decade either, with all that imagery, all those videos. Do you know about that? They don't demonstrate what a 93 check is by trying to call me with your family's lifeline, America's lifeline, and getting something boring probably, but it's a threat to our security as a nation. You get them weighing in. They don't know what a 93 check is in the cop business, in the military business. They're a threat to our security. Expose that by making a video of it. Oh, a high society thing. Oh, you remember Dallas? TV show? Yeah, in Texas. Fancy folks rubbing elbows. $1,000 a plate thing. And Randall Stevenson, CEO, with the bloody hands of AT&T, has just one too many people. Ask him why they're harassing a man in a wheelchair. Bought Spectrum to do that. Why they're harassing a man in a wheelchair, and how many folks' lifelines are affected by AT&T's political, religious, and business censorship. He goes wild. He starts throwing stuff. He starts screaming. Folks take out their phones and make videos. You know, waiters, other folks other than, oh, even the fancy highbrow folks, they start making videos of random rage. And why are his hands a little red? Oh, it's his, he likes to dip his hands in blood. The blood of those who, their lifelines did not work in an emergency. He likes to do that. Put the numbers of AT&T executives on the backs of these 5s. Call them up day and night and ask them. Get them raging, they'll tell you what else Brando's doing to compromise the security of America. Timestamp on your phone, number dialed. AT&T, you can alter phone records all you want. We got your phone gate on video.